With stage 9 of the 2018 Dakar Rally cancelled, Monday became an unexpected rest day for the crew from Gazoo Racing South Africa. However, the day still delivered plenty of drama as it emerged that overall leader Carlos Sainz from Peugeot had been hit with a 10-minute penalty for allegedly knocking over a quad biker during the marathon stage.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the stewards decided to give him a 10-minute penalty, so he's lost 10 minutes, but he's still got a big lead, you know. It'll be very difficult to catch him if he doesn't make a big mistake.
I don't know about the 10 minutes, but this is up to the organization, you know. I am doing my race, and but okay, it's look like maybe not fair, you know, because last year somebody he take 1 hour, and this year only 10 minutes, you know.
I did not see the action, so but on the safety side, I suppose that if what did happen, it's quite logical. And, but I have no more comments to say. This is not changing my life, my position. So
I have heard that he did hit a quad. Then I think he can be quite happy that it's only 10 minutes. It should have been maybe more. But because I haven't seen all that stuff, I don't know what's right or not.
So with the short break over, it was back to business as racing resumed, with competitors taking on the daunting 373-kilometer 10 stage from Salta to Berlin in Argentina. It was a day of mixed results for the Gazoo Racing South Africa team. Janelle de Villiers and Dirk van Zitzewitz finished in second place, 8 minutes and 46 seconds behind stage winner Stefan Pederhansel. And the pair sit fifth overall.
No, it was a tough day. Really hard. Second part was really tough, you know, camel grass, bouncy, not easy. Obviously made more difficult with me not feeling well this morning when I got up, you know, a bit of a stomach problem. But, you know, other than that, we tried to keep it clean. I was battling a bit in the first part. Second half was a little bit better, but really hard stage. I mean, it's 20 to 7 now in the evening, and we are the first cars that finish, and tomorrow we start at 4:30 again. So I feel sorry for the amateurs that they're going to finish at night here, and then tomorrow morning early start, which is very tough.
For Janelle and me personally, it was a good day and nothing spectacular. Actually, we started on a smooth pace and tried not to push too hard, because we did know that it is a long day and a tough day. And a little bit bad luck close to the end, we got a puncture. I had to change that one, and it took a little bit, didn't work so well. But besides that, nice outcome and finished second today, I think.
Nasser Al-Attiyah and Mathieu Baumel had a day to forget and came home in 9th position. As a result, they've dropped to 3rd overall.
Bad day. We broke the rear triangle. Last 70k, we tried to push and to be, you know, to catch at least Carlos, you know, because we take a lot of time in morning, but it's look like not good for us. But okay, we are 3rd overall now, and we'll see what we can try to do tomorrow.
Unfortunately, in the second stage, we broke. I don't know how we broke rear left triangle, and we didn't have any spare on the car, so we tried to check and manage something, but it was not possible. So we decided to do the last 65k very slow, and we've hoped to finish, and I think we are lucky to be here tonight.
Sandwiched between Al-Attiyah and de Villiers in 4th place in the overall standings is Bernard ten Brinker. The Dutch driver and his navigator Michel Perrin finished the stage in 5th place.
It was a really tough day. We did the first stage. I make a mistake, got stuck on a dune, and it cost us 8 minutes. And the jack was not going in. Cost us 2 minutes to struggle with this. Second part, we jump into the river and then directly on the rock, flat tire. Michel did it well. He managed very good to looking for the waypoints. And yeah, we're here. We lost a lot on the Peugeots, but okay, we are still in the game.
Wednesday sees competitors take on stage 11 of the 40th Dakar, one that is widely considered to be one of the most difficult in Argentina. A fairly short 280-kilometer journey from Berlin to Chelecito.
Oh, tomorrow is another very difficult one, Fiambala. You know, it's a famous Fiambala, so we've had very good stages then, we've had very bad stages, so let's hope tomorrow is a very good one.
That maybe it's good to not to start by the first 4 cars, because we want to have lines from other cars, because tomorrow it should be a very difficult day as today. It was not long, but it was so heavy.
The Fiamballa stage is on high altitude, up to 2,000, 2,200 meters. It's very soft sand dunes, and very tricky navigation and form from canyons and rocks and then washouts, and you have to find the right entry and exit, and if you miss it once, it's very difficult to find your way again, and it's very easy to get stuck, to get a puncture and to lose the way. So all problems you can have in a rally, they are all in Fiamballa.
When people think about the team behind the Toyota Gazoo Racing South Africa outfit, they invariably think of mechanics. However, the science that keeps the Toyota Gazoo Racing South Africa Hilux going is just as important. That's where engineers like Tim Brinkman come in.
Well, my role as one of the engineers on the cars is to do the data mainly. So after every stage, the cars will come in, we'll download the data from the day stage. Usually it's just over about 800 channels of log data from every aspect of the car. So we'll sift through everything and make sure everything's running how it should. If there's any problems, we let the number 1 mechanics know what to repair and things like that. And we do other things as well. So one of our other big things is to calculate how much fuel for the next day. So that involves quite a lot of calculation and things like that to make sure we have the right amount of fuel, but also not too much, so we sort of on the weight target that we need to be on. And then also liaising with the navigators and drivers if they have any grievances or any problems with the car or anything that needs to be repaired or changed for the next day stage. We get involved with that as well.
There's no guesswork when it comes to Brinkman and his work. The calculations that lead to the decisions are astounding and leaves little room for error.
There's not much guesswork. I mean, sometimes with fuel consumption and that thing, you have to sort of take a guess as to what the terrain will be, because these later Dakars, they don't give us much terrain information, so we have to sort of guess what we're gonna, or sometimes guess what's gonna happen the next day, because the fuel consumption varies so much depending on terrain. That's why we usually do a fuel reserve in the car, so we have a bit of extra in case they get stuck or lost or things like that. But also the reserve is dependent on the terrain, because soft sand usually use more fuel, so you tend to add a little bit into the car. And then obviously the altitude plays a big role in fuel consumption as well as the temperature, so there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Of course, knowledge is everything, and Brinkman is quick to always seek feedback and recommendations from the team's drivers and navigators after every stint in the car.
That's the nice thing about the drivers that we have, is they're all very hands-on, and they're all, we all know them very well. And they're all very nice guys, so they're all very good to work with. So if they have any problems, they come straight to us or anything like that. But yeah, overall they're very nice people and they're good to work with, because they give you a lot of feedback as well, which helps us in the end. You know, they tell us every little detail, which is what we strive on as well.
The pressure isn't all on Brinkman, as he has a team of engineers to help him at Toyota Gazoo Racing South Africa during Dakar 2018.
So what we do collectively usually is we look at all the data together. There is one engineer assigned per car, but we will collate all the data and talk about what's happening with each car. And then we do each calculate our own fuel consumption, and then we collate it afterwards, and we generally come up with a fuel level for the next stage for every single car being the same.
Brinkman works very closely with team principal Glenn Hall, but it wasn't exactly love at first sight.
Well, Tim in particular was a student who came to me, and I interviewed him, and he didn't interview particularly well, actually. He was a little bit arrogant in some ways, but there was something about him that made me bring him back, and he phoned again, and we had 2 or 3 meetings, and he's joined the team, and he's an exceptional brain. He's very, very well-read, well-researched, and clever guy, and he'll go far in his career, I'm sure.